It's time for the Coach's Corner Show with your host, Pat Disabato.
Hello, welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'm your host, Pat Disabato from the Daily Southtown, and if you haven't figured it out by now, we are at Oak Forest High School, home of the Bengals, and we got a great show for you tonight. Boys basketball coach Matt Manzke will be our first guest. 12th season at the helm. It's crazy that it's been 12 years already. Prior to that, he was 7 years as assistant. And Bengals are rolling. They're 17-1 overall, 8-0 in conference, coming off a nice win over TF South, 60-43. And then the Friday night, they are at Bremen. Now, Bremen's down, but, Bremen and Oak Forest, it's going to be an intense game. That one tips off at 6 o'clock, so that should be fun. And also, we're going to have on senior guard forward Juan Avila as our guest. This kid is so unselfish. He's the essence of team. And, assists, rebounds, points, steals, guards the opposing team's best player. This kid, he gives 110%. So we're going to have a segment on with Juan as well. All right, folks, we are going to go to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. Remember, join the Big Cheese Loyalty Program, plenty of perks. And remember, Tuesdays, 2-for-1 pastas. So we come back, Oak Forest boys basketball coach Matt Manzke will be our guest, one of the best in the business, and he's got the pressure on him. He's got two of his three kids here. Matthew and Kaylee are here to keep an eye on him and make sure he does a good job. So, all right, we'll be back with Coach Manzke. Stay tuned.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
Hello, boys. I'm a drop-dead gorgeous pepperoni sausage, hold the vegetables deep dish pizza. Just look at my cheese. Your place or mine. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
What is a Southsider? From 8 to 5, he's a hard-hat, hammer-swinging, God-fearing son of pride and strength. Gives everything he has to get his job done. Then gives what he has left to his family and friends. It's here where he'll leave his legacy. It's here where he'll buy his truck. During the summer clearance event, drive a new 2019 Ram just $275 a month, or get 20% off MSRP at South Oak Dodge Ram.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
Hi, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, our first guest up today, Oak Forest boys basketball coach Matt Manzke.
Thanks for having me, Pat.
Hey, thanks for coming on board. It's been a few years, right?
Yes,
It's been a few years,
yes,
but we're happy to be back and have you back. And how about these Bengals, man? 17-1 overall. And if someone would have told you prior to the season opener that, hey, through 18 games you're going to be 17-1, what would your reaction have been?
I mean, 17-1, that's a stretch. We had a lot of guys coming back. We knew we had a lot of talent coming back.
Yep.
But I don't think anybody's ever going to, in a preseason, predict that you're going to go through the first 18 games and only lose one. We've played really well. We've gotten a little bit lucky, which always helps. We have high expectations, and we had them coming into the season. But I think 17-1, that's about as good as we could have predicted. I don't think we would have been able to guess that coming in.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking Thanksgiving tournaments, Christmas tournaments. I don't know how often that's happened here, and you're in position at 8-0 in conference. So you guys are looking at the trifecta.
Well, it's definitely unusual around here. We haven't won that many tournaments, and I've been here for 20 years and combined. But it's been a fun ride for us. Yeah,
and this team, man, what do you think is the most impressive characteristic beyond the fact that you've got a skilled team? But what is their biggest characteristic?
We do have a lot of skill. We have a lot of ball skill. But the biggest thing is we have a bunch of guys that they've played together and they've learned how to play with each other, and so we share the ball well. and it's almost like they know where they're going to be before they're there.
Yeah.
And you see that sometimes with some of the passes we throw, and obviously with Juan and Robbie, we get a lot of that because they're brothers and they have been playing together for their whole lives. But Jason and Devin and Drew, they just kind of have a feel for each other. So they know what they're going to do before it happens, and I think that's really driving a lot of our success.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, as you guys are 17-1, I mean, I think we got to clarify, this is not like something that doesn't happen often here. I mean, last year you guys were 23-6. Back in 2013 and 14, you guys were 22-6, and the following season you're 22-6 again. So you guys have had success, and you haven't finished below 500, I think, since 2012, 2013. Do you feel though that this program is, kind of turned the corner here, and it's a legitimate boys basketball program now?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time to build it to where it's at right now. But I do feel like we've put in place a system where our players understand what we expect of them. We have high expectations, and sometimes the younger kids, they have to sit and learn and figure things out. But we're able to put these pieces in place where we're able to have some success. And we've had a lot of great players. I mean, we've had a lot of great players, kids that have played college basketball.
Yep.
And they've bought into what we were trying to get them to do. And so that's that's what makes the difference.
Yep. Well, you got a couple guys that are averaging 17 points a game, in Jason Kent and Robbie Avila. Jason's a senior. What's he, 6'7" now?
He's taller every time I see him.
And Robbie's a sophomore who is 6'9". But as those guys get a lot of the attention in the spotlight. But you got a kid who's going to be our guest in the next segment, senior Juan Avila. I mean, this dude is the glue, right? He's the guy.
He does a little bit of everything for us. Juan's the thing about Juan that makes him unique and special is he doesn't need the spotlight. He doesn't need to be the leading scorer, but he can be on any given day.
Yep.
He'll guard people, he'll pass the ball, he'll rebound when we need him to, and he plays, honestly, he plays harder than anybody we've ever had. So when you got a guy who can do so many different things, he figures out what we need to win that particular game, and he does it for us, and he keeps us together. Leadership-wise.
He's a very unselfish player, that's for sure, man. And, Jason Kent, I mean, pretty much known as a three-point guy, I think, the last 2 years. But this year, I mean, I saw a clip of that dunk he threw down Friday against TF South. So talk about his development and, the player he's become. Jason,
as a younger player, he was a shooter. And we've talked a lot about improving his game and finding other ways to help us. And right now he can drive the basketball. He's rebounding like he never has before, and he's playing inside. We'll post him up because he's a mismatch. He's a tough cover on the perimeter, and so sometimes if a guard is guarding him, we'll put him inside. So he's evolved his game, and I think that when he gets to the next level, I think that's what's going to help him be successful at the next level.
And speaking of the next level, sophomore Robbie Avila, I mean, one of the best in the sophomore class in the state. Probably in the Midwest. What a phenomenal player, man.
Yeah, the sky's the limit for Robbie. He's completely, he's so skilled at his age and at his size, his ability to shoot and use his left hand. And he's always, from day one when he walked in, we knew he was good coming in, but the presence he has out on the court, the ability to just stay within himself in the big moments, it's really impressive. He can. His future and his ceiling is as high as he's willing to work for it, and he's going to do great things.
It's going to be fun to watch him develop physically, and the next couple of years, because you're probably not going to recognize that kid as a senior. You know what I mean?
And he is a worker, so he's going to change his body, and he's going to keep adding to an already really strong resume.
Johnny Kajnitsky better watch out, because some of those numbers he has, I think they're going bye-bye.
I think Johnny might be in some trouble.
He's
Don't
in
worry.
trouble.
I tell him that when I see him too. So.
And he's at Eisenhower now, so I like that. He's teaching over at Ike,
that's
so
right.
that's a beautiful thing. And your point guard, Devin Tolbert, I mean, there's a kid that didn't play much last year, but man, you talk about taking a couple steps up and distributing the ball and being a leader, ball handler. He's been huge.
Well, he's one of those guys that didn't get a chance to play a ton last year because he was playing behind some really good players. And he learned how to play within our system. He also worked really hard, to be honest. He changed his body. He got stronger. He got faster. And, the results speak for themselves. Just one of those guys that we're able to plug in, and he's having a great senior year. And in a lot of ways, he's responsible for a lot of our success as we run up and down the court in fast break.
Yep. And I know it's only January 22nd this is airing, so we've got a ways to go, man. But, you're sitting on top of this conference, which, no matter who's on top, it always goes through Hillcrest because they've won the conference
they've earned
30 years.
They've earned that.
They've earned it. So, but you don't play them, as the basketball gods have done, you don't play them till the last game of the season, February 28th, here. So, you've got some big games, including next Friday, the 31st. You've got Tinley Park over here, AJ Casey, and the boys are coming over. But how big would that be, man? And what do you guys need to do to kind of keep this thing on track and make sure that game on February 28th is for the conference championship? Or they may lose a couple games you guys are in, but if it comes down to that.
Well, we're not going to count on that. You talked about some of those good teams we've had, but the one thing we haven't been able to do is put a number on the banner that we have in the gym. And the only way to do that is to win the league or win a regional. And so that's been a goal. That's been a goal of ours for years now. And we've always run into stumbling blocks. And so, in our league, it's funny because you only play everybody once. So we keep telling our guys, every game matters. We've had instances where we lost a game in December, and all of a sudden in February, that loss is the reason that you're not playing for a conference championship. So we're just trying to stay focused one game at a time. But, if we're able to put a number on the banner, either through a conference championship or a regional, it would be a big step for the program. I mean, that's just 1987 has been a long time.
That is a long time.
And, we've had some good players and some good teams, but that's the one missing piece. So I think our guys, even though we're taking a game-by-game approach, I think in the back of their heads, they're motivated by that. And they think about that, and I think that's a big goal for us.
Yeah, well, you guys are in position to get this thing done, man, so continued success. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I've covered, this is the most I'm covering the South Suburban Conference in years, man. It's like every week there's a great game, man.
It's a great league this year, and the games have been a blast, and when we have the big crowds, like, the energy in the gym is awesome.
Yep. All right, man. Continued success, man. I appreciate you coming on board again.
Appreciate
and
it,
I'll see you in a couple weeks, that's for sure.
Sounds good.
All right, folks, we're going to Lisa Thomas Salon Timeout. 3 locations, Mokina, Tinley Park, Orland Park. Up next, senior guard forward Juan Avila will be our guest. Stay tuned.
At Lisa Thomas Salon, we think loving yourself and your selfie starts with the perfect stylist. That's why we've assembled an amazing team, each with a unique passion for beauty, providing the perfect combination of innovation and experience. Then adding just a little bit of fun. For hair, skin, nails, and makeup, no one does beautiful like Lisa Thomas, because life's too exciting to settle for the same old thing. Schedule today at Lisa Thomas Salon, a Redken Elite partner with 3 area locations.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's is a trained technician and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island.
If you're suffering from physical pain, nothing else matters. The one thing that should is Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, because experience never mattered more. Serving the community for 25 years with over 90 years of combined orthopedic experience, our fellowship-trained surgeons provide individualized care to those suffering from orthopedic pain. We deliver comprehensive care from diagnostic to surgical to rehabilitative services, all under one roof in each of our locations. Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, bringing university-level orthopedic care close to home.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Our next guest, senior guard forward Juan Avila. Juan, how's it going, my man?
Good, how are you?
Thanks for coming on board. We handed him off a nice gift certificate before he even came on today, man. From the last week, he was our player of the week. Enjoy that, my man.
Thank you.
All right, so you're described as a stat sheet stuffer, and you look at your numbers. You're almost 12 points a game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2.5 steals. So is that something you take pride in, correct? I mean,
yes,
that's what you want to do.
Definitely. I feel that I need to do whatever it is that is going to get the job done in every single game. So one night that might be scoring. The next night I might have to get a ton of offensive and defensive rebounds. I might have to just get a lot of assists to Jason and Robbie, and I take pride in doing whatever I have to.
Yep, that's a team guy, man. You know, and Jason and Robbie, you know, they get a lot of the pub because, you know, they're averaging 17 points each. And but here you are a senior, you got your little brother, a sophomore, and you know, a lot of guys got big egos and they want to kind of get the headlines, they want to get the spotlight. What have you done to kind of say, hey, you know, step back and not let your ego get in the way?
Definitely, I find what my role is on the team, and I like to excel in that role.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to go above and beyond if I don't have to, like do more than what I am asked of. Just basically, yeah.
Yeah, you're just about a team guy, man,
Yep.
right? You're going to do what's needed.
Yeah.
But you know, here's your brother, a sophomore. I mean, it's a pride thing. You're more proud of him than you are jealous of him,
for
correct?
sure.
Right?
Yes. I love to see the accomplishments that he's made. When the rankings come out for different sites and stuff, he's always telling me, oh, I moved up a spot, and I'm always happy for him. I'm smiling. I love to see what he's going to accomplish.
Yep. And you guys, I mean, kind of talk about this experience for you guys. You know, he was up on varsity as a freshman, and you guys have been able to play together, you know, for 2 years, and you guys are having tremendous success. And against Oak Lawn, you guys had that 2-on-1, and it was probably something like you guys have done in the playground or in your backyard
for sure.
a million times. But what's this experience been for you guys to be able to share this?
It's been a lot of fun. It's definitely gonna miss that next year.
Yeah.
But playing these last 2 years with him, it's been a blast. He's got like a connection. A lot of people say where like they do like, how do you do that? Like, how do you make that pass to him? And just playing with him for so many years, I know where he's gonna be and when he's gonna be there. So like it makes my life a lot easier when I'm passing him the ball because he's always in the right spots at the right time.
So it's always friendly dinner conversation at the Avila house, or what? You guys there's no bitterness. You guys are all it's all cool. Huh?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, you were the quarterback on a football team, and you know, obviously a down year for you guys this year. How much did the football experience kind of motivate you for the basketball season?
It definitely motivated me a lot. I think the lack of success out on the football field definitely put that in the back of my mind as the season went on. Like, hey, we need to get things done on the court this year. Like that motivated me to the max because I did not have the best time on the field this year.
Yeah.
And it stunk to end my senior year that way, but I'm glad that this year in basketball we're having a lot of success.
Yeah, you're aiming to end this thing on a much better note, that's for sure. And you know, last year you guys had a great year. I think you guys were 23-6 last season, but you got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. What did that experience kind of do for you guys during the off season, the summer, and is kind of something that you've learned from to take into this season?
That game definitely it hurt a lot.
Yep.
To everybody on the team from last year. I know guys like Ethan Bellino, our point guard Adrian Gonzalez, they'll talk to me about it every once in a while. It doesn't get talked about too much out here in the team this year. I know Coach Manzke did kind of mention it right as the season kicked off, and that was the end of it. Nobody really talks about it, but it's definitely in the back of all of our minds, and we definitely use that as motivation each and every game.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you one of the most impressive things about this team, from my perspective, watching it, you guys. Obviously, you're very well coached, man, and you guys play very unselfish. You guys share the ball. There's no yapping. There's no egos. And I guess that's kind of a tribute to your coach, right? I mean, what's it been like playing for Coach Manzke?
Playing for Coach Manzke these past 3 years has actually been a lot of fun for me. I've actually known him for much longer.
Yeah.
He was actually one of the tryout evaluators at my 4th grade basketball tryout at St. Damien.
Wow.
And ever since then, I've known him. I've come to all the camps here, things like that. And being able to actually play for him has been a great experience for me. He's taught me a lot of things on and off the court. And overall, it's just been amazing.
Awesome, yeah. Well, continued success, my man. You played the game the right way, so I have to give props to your folks. That's for sure. And your younger brother, you know, he's falling right in line with you. So obviously, your mom and dad raising you guys right.
Yes, sir.
So, all right, man. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
We're going to go to an athletic, sports, and orthopedic physical therapy timeout. When we come back, we're going to do some players of the week, talk about some games from last week. Stay tuned. Athletic Sports and Orthopedic Physical Therapy is a 2,200 square foot facility that includes the latest in rehabilitation equipment, including the HydroTrack underwater treadmill. All therapists at Athletics are experienced and offer hands-on treatment for patients that require such therapy. Whether it's your feet, ankles, knees, hips, lower back, shoulders, elbows, wrists, neck, or jaw, Athletics is here to help. We at Athletics understand you as a patient have the right to choose where you receive treatment. Ask your physician if Athletics, with locations in Oak Lawn and Orland Park, is right for you.
What is a Southsider? From 8 to 5, he's a hard hat, hammer swinging, God fearing son of pride and strength. Gives everything he has to get his job done, then gives what he has left to his family and friends. It's here where he'll leave his legacy. It's here where he'll buy his truck. During the summer clearance event, drive a new 2019 Ram just $275 a month, or get 20% off MSRP at South Oak Dodge Ram.
Whether you're in the mood for a Chicago-style hot dog, Italian beef sandwich, Philly cheesesteak, or charbroiled cheeseburger, Joey's Red Hots has you covered. In the mood for something lighter, Joey's Salads promises to hit the spot. Looking to cool off on a hot day or after a workout? Joey's refreshing homemade Italian ice will satisfy. Come check out Joey's Red Hots at 17400 Wolf Road in Orland Park or at 115th Street and Western Avenue in the Beverly community, where they're open until 5 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. No matter which location you visit, Joey's Red Hots promises to provide exceptional tasting food at an affordable price. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'd like to thank Oak Forest boys basketball coach Matt Manzke and senior guard forward Juan Avila for being our guests. All right, folks, results segment sponsored by Athletic Sports and Orthopedic Physical Therapy. 2 locations, Oak Lawn and Orland Park. Game I was at Friday night, Sandburg 63, Stag 56. Heck of a game. And Sandburg was up 38-18 at the half. Stag closed it. They got to within 6 in the fourth quarter, but ran out of fumes, man. Atharva Atreya had 30 points, career high, and this kid was impressive. He was 11 of 12 from the field, man. He was getting it done. I think he had 4 threes. Really nice player, impressive kid. And Hani Ali with 10 points off the bench for the Eagles. For Stag, Troy Huddleston off the bench, 22 points. Costa Kolovos, 11, and Austin Stone with 10. Austin Stone, if that name isn't like perfect for wrestling, Austin Stone Cold. So Chargers looking a lot better though. Leo 72, St. Lawrence 68 OT for Leo. Terrence Ford at 25 points. Kendall Anderson had 14 points and 14 boards. For St. Lawrence, Finn Walsh with 23. Matt McGuire with 15. I think he had 5 threes. And Darius Wilson had 13 for the Vikings. And then here, Oak Forest 60, TF South 43. Bengals go on the road and pick up a big win. Jason Kent had 20. Robbie Avila had 18. Juan Avila had 13. For TF South, Marcus Hayes, 11 points. All right, the Labriola Bakery Cafe Golden Baguette Player of the Week. Got to hook up with the guy from Sandburg, Atharva Atreya. Scored career at 30 points, leads Sandburg to a win over Stag. We'll hook him up with a nice $25 gift card. Compliments of Labriola Bakery Cafe, Stan's Donuts, and La Barra Restaurant. The Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club Player of the Week, Reagan Cameron, scored 21 points, had 3 assists to lead Oak Lawn to a 51-39 win over Evergreen Park. We're going to hook up Reagan with a nice goodie bag, compliments of Lisa Thomas Salon, Orland Park, Tinley Park, Mokina. All right, folks, we are going to go to a Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout, and when we come back, man, we're going to have a little trivia here for you fans, okay? Going to have a little trivia, and it's connected to Gerard Grabowski and his glory days at Quigley South that kind of factored in Oak Forest. So we'll talk about that when we get back. Stay tuned.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oak Brook Promenade.
At Lisa Thomas Salon, we think loving yourself and your selfie starts with the perfect stylist. That's why we've assembled an amazing team, each with a unique passion for beauty, providing the perfect combination of innovation and experience. Then adding just a little bit of fun. For hair, skin, nails, and makeup, no one does beautiful like Lisa Thomas, because life's too exciting to settle for the same old thing. Schedule today at Lisa Thomas Salon, a Redken Elite partner with 3 area locations.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
I'm a half sausage for you and your husband and a half just cheese for the kids, who never seem to stop moving. Go ahead and take the night off, Mom. I got you covered. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. And there is a Beggar's Pizza in Oak Forest right on Cicero. All right, folks, you see that banner? 1980 state finalist, Oak Forest baseball. The connection here is my cameraman, the illustrious Gerard Grabowski, also known as the Polish Prince, among other things. Oak Forest, you know, Tony Bartolomucci, pitcher for Oak Forest. That was his senior year. One of the greatest pitchers in state history. I mean, you could go back to 1900 to today. Tony Bartolomucci is among the greatest. Flamethrower, lefty, unbelievable. All right? So, Gerard was a senior at Quigley South. The only year Gerard plays baseball in high school, his senior year, and Quigley South is playing Oak Forest for the sectional championship. And of course, Tony Bartolomucci is pitching. Tony Bartolomucci probably pitched every game almost his junior and senior year. And Quigley South gets 1 hit. 2 hits, okay. 2 hits, and who had one of those hits? Gerard Grabowski. So that's his claim to fame. And not too many people got hits, period, off Tony Bartolomucci, but here he is, the Polish Prince. Gerard scrapped out a hit. Gerard, where'd it go? Grounder? Was it a liner? Nice base hit to center field. So there you go. And let me give you a fun fact about Tony Bartolomucci. His junior year, when they finished second in state, he almost did pitch every game, but he threw 1 curveball the whole season. All fastballs, every game to every hitter, and he'll tell you who got that hit off him and when he threw that curveball. So he was just incredible player. And this school, folks, you talk about some great players through the years. This school, baseball, you know, you got guys that played in the big leagues, you know, the Rick Gareckis and Burdak and Jason Frazier. I mean, they've had some unbelievable talent in this school. Tevin Coleman, who's on the 49ers, the most underutilized player of my 30-year career. Devin Coleman, a remarkably talented guy. So he's in the NFL. So Oak Forest has produced some great talent through the years in multiple sports. So excellent school, beautiful new field house. You got the turf on the football field, beautiful court here. So things are looking great at Oak Forest. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed the show. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.